Hey, property managers and small business owners. Have you noticed some volatility with your website's ranking or traffic in the past year? Well, you're not alone. It's because Google has been pushing out so many algorithm updates and no signs of slowing down for the past 2 years. In fact, they just finished rolling out their second core algorithm update of the year, and they have said that we should expect more updates more often. But what exactly is a core algorithm update? And why does it cause so much volatility? And how can property managers and small business owners like you get back on top? I'm Marie Tupman from 4.5 Marketing Agency, and we help property managers get more owner leads to grow their business. And I am here to help you understand the most recent Google updates and how you can leverage this knowledge as a property management business owner to get better owner leads. Okay, first question. What is a core algorithm update? Google defines them as significant, broad changes to our search algorithms and systems. Core updates are designed to ensure that overall we're delivering on our mission to present helpful and reliable results for searchers. Now, take note that they mention their mission is to present helpful and reliable results for searchers, because we will come back to that later. So next question, why does the Google Core Algorithm Update cause so much volatility? Search engines like Google don't want people cheating or reverse engineering their systems. This is why they continuously deploy both big and small changes all the time. And that keeps everyone on their toes. In fact, Google search is changing on average about 13 times a day. Now, I like to think of Google's core algorithm updates as remodeling a whole house. So maybe you're changing the layout, knocking down walls, reinforcing the foundation, basically transforming the whole thing. Meanwhile, the smaller, more frequent updates Google does that don't really merit a big announcement, they're more like changing light fixtures, updating kitchen cabinets or appliances. They're still important, but it's more about polishing rather than rebuilding everything. So if your rankings and website visits took a hit recently, it doesn't necessarily mean that your marketing person or your website person did anything wrong. It might just mean that Google is looking at things very differently now. The rules of the game have shifted, and so if you want to stay competitive, you have got to adapt. Which leads us to the third question. How can property managers and small business owners get back on top? So this is a very loaded question because there are so many factors that affect a website's ranking on any particular search term. However, a big focus of the recent Google updates centers around the helpfulness and originality of content. In fact, Google has been actively de-indexing websites in its efforts to minimize unhelpful, irrelevant, and unoriginal content from search results. Now, on the surface, the new guidelines seem pretty easy to follow, right? Like, just make sure you create helpful, original content and then you'll succeed. Yay! But it's also very vague and, in my opinion, misleading. But Google's obsession with useful, helpful content gives us a clue that the new and improved algorithm is now looking at content on websites with a much more critical lens. So a lot of property management company owners think that all content is created equal. And I can't blame them because that was true for a long time. However, in the age of generative AI now, where anyone with an internet connection and access to an AI chatbot can spit out a generic blog in minutes, Google has now shifted gears and is rewarding longer, more in-depth, more specific, unique content. Let's compare the content creation process that worked in the past versus what content creation should look like in the new world. In the past, the focus was heavily on keywords, identifying target keywords, keyword density. And then when it comes to topic ideation, what topics can we write about that utilize as many of the coveted keywords as possible? And then with word count, we just start writing about the topic and just try to jam pack as many keywords as we can within at least 500 words. And then we add images, links, post on your website, share on social media, call it a day. Nowadays, to have impact, you need to start with search intent, Think about what is my potential customer trying to accomplish by going online and searching for answers. Next, you want to start asking what questions might a potential customer ask to help them accomplish this goal. What words would that person use to describe the problems and goals that they have? After that, you can ask yourself, how can we use our expertise as a property management company and our experience to answer those questions using the same words that the prospect would use to describe their problems or their goals? And then you go to writing the blog. You try to answer the questions as thoroughly as possible. You want to include real life examples and experiences to show that your advice actually works. Then you want to review if once you write, you want to edit and review if the blog you've written addresses the original search intent, right? From step number 1. In method 1, the customer is not even part of the equation. It was mainly about keywords. But in method 2, it's about the customer. This is what Google wants because this is what their users want. Remember in question number 1, where we defined what a core algorithm update is? Google says core algorithm updates are designed to ensure that overall we are delivering on our mission to present helpful and reliable results for searchers. So if their mission is to present helpful and reliable results for searchers, then they'll reward the websites that help them accomplish this mission. So the true growth hack is to follow method 2 to keep your content evergreen and support Google's mission. If you align your content's goal with Google's goals, then your content can withstand any algorithm update. Now, I'm not saying that this is guaranteed to put you on top because, again, there are so many factors that go into a website search engine ranking. One factor being what your competitors are doing. Although, honestly, Google's AI overview is trying to compete for, a lot of search terms. So that's a whole other blog. Stay tuned for that. Now back to the topic at hand. There are 3 ways that you can create content as a property management professional or small business owner. So one way is to wear the content creation hat yourself and adopt the point of view that you are a content creator who happens to own a property management company. What this means is you're always on the lookout for ideas or ways that you can create one-of-a-kind content for your business. The next option is hire a warm body. So you can hire an in-house person to do this, where they live and breathe your business. But not everyone has the budget for this, to be honest. And also, you might find a hard time finding someone already with experience and deep understanding of your business and industry. So prepare to spend time training this person. The next option is to hire an agency. So if the first 2 options don't work for you, there's always this option to hire an agency. Ideally, one who understands your business and the property management industry. Now, the benefit of that is that they already understand your business. You don't have to train them, right? Here at 4.5, we like to say that we can be your marketing department for a fraction of the cost. But although we do have deep experience in the property management industry, we've been marketing property management companies to owners for over a decade, we still need your help for us to succeed, right, with the marketing. Although as much as we want to take off as much of the owner marketing related tasks from your plate, it is the lived experience that you and your team have that only you can offer, right? Your team can take those lived experiences, those insights, those local market knowledge, and give them to us to turn them into content that aligns with your ideal customers. We can work together to get your expertise, your company, found by owners online, seen by the right eyeballs. It's not about virality though, right? It's about showing up in front of the right people. So if you want to connect with the right kind of owners who are a great match for your business, then download our content strategy guide to get started. And if you want someone to help take off the load of content creation or owner marketing from your shoulders, then schedule a call with 4.5 Marketing Agency and let's talk about how we can collaborate to get you more owner leads to grow your business. Thank you.